All right, what's going on, everybody? Today, I've been cleaning up some cast iron. I was going to show y'all a little something that my wife scored at a yard sale a couple of weeks ago, and I was wanting to do a video of it, so I've been having to do a little research on what we need to do and how we need to go about it. So today I was actually cleaning some cast iron, and so I thought I'd do a short video and show y'all what my wife found and how I'm going to go about doing it. So here's the first thing she found, and I'm seasoning it. This is my second round of seasoning. It's a Lodge griddle. This thing's pretty big and heavy. It has the grates on one side and just the slick side on the other, but I think she paid like $7 for that thing, which is actually ready to turn off, so I'm going to cut that off. I actually like seasoning them on my grill instead of in the house because it really smokes the house up. So here's the other score. She found this. It is a Griswold nickel plated cast iron skillet. My research on these show that they're pretty valuable. She paid $7 for this thing. I have not really cleaned it. I just kind of did a little on the back of it just so I could see a couple of the things it said to try to date it and really find out what it is, but it looks really good. It's a real nice smooth surface. I don't think it's been abused at all, but it's got quite a bit of buildup on the bottom, so I really just wanted to clean it. And everything I saw, lye bath is the way to go as far as stripping the old seasoning down to the very bottom. This is a couple of my other pieces also. These are a couple of my grandmother's pieces. That's just a big skillet, a little flat pan. Probably use it to cook pancakes. But that big skillet, all she ever cooked in it was potatoes in the oven. It never had anything fried in it until I got it. But as far as cleaning the Griswold nickel, I'm not going to clean it yet. I'm actually going to practice with the lye bath on a few other really rough pieces I have. I have a couple number 5 skillets. This one I've really cleaned on quite a bit, but there is still just years and years of seasoning left on it. And this little number 3, I got it fairly clean, but I'm going to go ahead and lye bath it also because it has quite a bit of seasoning buildup. I'm wanting to strip these completely down. This one is in really rough shape. It's pitted real bad, but what I'm going to try to do when I get these clean, I'm going to try to sand them and polish them and either see if I just want to, this one will probably be just a decoration of some kind, but these others we actually use our cast iron. So I'm going to practice with these 3 and then go on to the nickel plated one because I know it. I don't want to ruin it and do anything wrong because it's pretty valuable. It from what I looked up, it was made in the 20s, if I'm correct. So it's relatively old too, about 100 years old. So we'll get started on cleaning these. All right, I've got my pan set up out here with water already in it. I'm going to finish filling it up. And what I'm using is this drain cleaner. It's 100% lye, and from what I've seen online, that's what you want to use. And this stuff is caustic, so you want to be real careful with it. You don't want it to get on your skin, especially in your eyes, or you definitely don't want to eat any of it. So what I've done, instead of being on my deck, I've actually come out here in the gravel. That way, if any of this was to spill, you know, I know it's not the best, but it won't be just sitting on the deck or anything like that. So what I'm going to do, this isn't a really big container. This is probably 2 or 3 gallons. So I'm going to do maybe 1/3 to half of this. And then I'm going to put a little more water in it just to kind of stir it up. That's about a half a bottle. I'm going to put that over here. I'm just going to fill it on up almost to the top, but that water will help stir that lye up. You can see we've got about 1 inch to the top of that container. I've already cleaned a little bit of cast iron out with this using vinegar, and it didn't strip the seasoning off. So I'm going to put all 3 of these in here, and I can actually see that lye already, you know, like vaporizing or whatever. But I know this stuff is real caustic, and you really don't want this stuff on your skin. I've worked in a lot of chemicals, acetone and different things like that, and it eventually gets on your skin, but I don't know how bad this stuff is, but I really don't want to find out. So I'm just using this pan to kind of break up a little bit of that stuff on the bottom. And see, I can already see it kind of fizzing on the handle of that little pan. I'm going to add all of these. Try to see how I want them laid out. And I'm going to write myself a note on a piece of tape and stick it on the lid that has today's time. And I'm going to let these run for 24 hours. I'm going to set something on top of it. That way, if there's any stray animals comes by, they can't get into this and ingest it. So you can't control everything, but I'm going to try to take as many precautions as I can on keeping animals and whatnot out of it. So we'll be back in about 24 hours to see how it's doing, and we'll go from there. All right, we're back. It has been a little over 24 hours since we did the caustic solution, the lye and the water for my cast iron, and I am really excited to pull these out because I took a quick look at them last night, and they looked good already. They still had a little bit of build up on them, so I'm really expecting a good outcome on these. Well, you can see that water is really disgusting and brown, and it stinks real bad too. And I'm not putting my hand in here. I'm going to use my big channel locks to grab these. Oh yeah. That thing looks, whoops. That thing looks good. If I'm not mistaken, this was my worst one. If I can get my pliers where I want them. I don't want to pick it up and that stuff splash everywhere. Yeah, that was my worst one. It was pitted real bad, and it's still pitted, so I don't know if I'll be able to save it, but it's still going to look good. I have a bucket of just water here that I'm going to put these in and dry them off. I'm actually going to put them on the grill to let them dry, just to pull all that moisture out. So maybe they won't flash rust too awfully quick. I'm really ecstatic about this lye solution because it's a new process to me. Oh yeah, that looks amazing. There's still a little build up on that one. I'm gonna get I actually have a little brush I was gonna use. Let me grab it real fast. A little unprepared right now. I'm sure I'll still have to do a little bit of final cleanup on them, but it isn't going to be near what it was because I had let these soak in vinegar already, and it still didn't take all the seasoning off. They sat in vinegar for a while. Oh yeah. See, even with that soft bristle brush, that that old seasoning just falls right off. See the bottom. Oh yeah, the bottom was bad also. It looks amazing. And this one has some pitting right here on the outside, but I'm not at all worried about that. I want the insides clean and ready to roll, because I'm ready to do that Griswold. Yeah, look at that. There's still just a touch of seasoning I'll have to try to get off, but it looks literally 100 times better than what it did. I'll throw these on that grill. On my grill, I like to get it about 350 or 400 and just let them dry slowly. Now this one's going to be the good one. I actually got a sneak peek of it last night. This is the little number 3, and it looked amazing last night, but I didn't have the time to finish it, and I definitely wanted to get it on video. That has got some goo in it, probably off the other pans. Now this pan, I cannot remember where I got it. I believe I bought it from a family member. So this is probably old, just an old family, you know, from my family back years ago. But it was straight rust, like it had been sitting outside for a long time. And the vinegar actually done it well, because it didn't have a lot of seasoning buildup on it. It just had just rust. So that vinegar done good on it, but it looks amazing. I'm gonna be cooking eggs in this thing. It's a good size for a fried egg sandwich. Like I said, we use our cast iron, and I know I'm not the best person in the world at cleaning it, but I like it functional, and that's what I want. My wife told me last night after she saw this small pan that she's going to want to strip and redo all of our cast iron. That sucker right there looks and turned out amazing. It says number 3, 6 5/8 inch, 1H-2. I don't know if you can see that. That is a real sweet little skillet. And it's going on the grill. My other 2 are drying real nice. All right, that's it for today. Actually, what I'm going to do, I could leave the camera rolling. I'll wash all that stuff off. Because I don't know what the lye bath would do. I figure it would burn you if it got on you, but I don't want to chance that. So let me see. I've got a couple of more pieces over here. Let me see what I have. That's an old Dutch oven. That was my grandmother's. That's a pretty crusty pan. Number 8. I'll do it. So here's 2 I'm going to do next. This is a number 8, and I'm not sure if this is just like a little, I don't know, I'd probably cook pancakes on that. It's just a little, some kind of pan with a heat ring. But you can see this number 8 has a lot of seasoning residue and buildup on it. The little flat pan isn't too bad, but I want to strip it down. It's had some type of repair done on it. And I just want to, I'm enjoying cleaning them up, so I'm going to set these, and I will come back tomorrow and see how those bad boys look. And we'll go from there. Cover everything back up. No animals got in this yesterday, so that was good. We do have stray dogs and stuff running around, but they usually don't mess with anything unless it's food, so we'll check back in tomorrow. Well, today is the day. I have the Griswold nickel plated pan that my wife bought in the lye and water. We're gonna do a quick cleanup. Sadly, I have seen part of it already. I was going to give an update on it if I can find the handle. See that nice shiny silver handle, silver back. Still got a little residual built up seasoning on it, but it's coming real clean. And I did find one issue with the pan. It's not going to affect the performance of it. We're still going to be able to use it, but I was really disappointed when I saw it. It appeared that somebody has actually stripped the inside of it back down to cast iron. So it's not a big deal. The outside's still nickel plated and still nice and shiny. So what we're going to do, we're just going to season it like we would cast iron that's not nickel plated. I don't know why somebody would have stripped it. It may have been in rough shape in the past. This pan is roughly 100 years old, so it's probably had some rough days in its lifetime. So it's just going to be treated like a regular cast iron pan now. I was really hoping it was all nickel plated still, but it's not, so we'll just move on from that and get it seasoned where we can use it. It still actually turned out to be a real nice pan. Like, the finish on the inside is really nice and slick. I know in some of the last videos it's hard to see the inside of them, but that is a very slick inside. It's real well nicely finished, and the outside's still in real good shape. It's just a lot of that nickel plating has come off, and I figure somebody has just decided to take it off over the years and just season it, because it was seasoned. I'll get out here and rinse all this lye off with the water hose. But I guess in the past some of the nickel started coming off. You can see, well, I don't know if you can in the video, but right around the handle there, you can see where the nickel stops, and it's just plain cast iron in the inside, but the inside is nice. And I think it's gonna turn out to be a pan that I use quite often. In the other 3 pans that I started with just to practice, some of them I'm going to have to I'm actually going to sand them to try to get the finish a little smoother like this pan, and that way the non-stick will be a lot better. But that's the Griswold, man. I really wish it would still had the nickel plating like this on it, but we can't win them all, so that's just going to be a seasoned cast iron pan when I get done with it. But it's still in real good shape for its age. So anyway, it was still a score. It wasn't the score we were hoping for, but anyway, there she is, the Griswold 710 nickel plated pan. That's only nickel plated on the outside now, so I'll do an updated video when I get them all cleaned and seasoned, because like I said, I'm gonna have to do some more sanding and finishing on the other pieces. So after me finding out our Griswold nickel plated pan wasn't still all fully nickel plated, I wanted to just do a quick update and show you all the pieces I've cleaned so far, and after I get them completely finished and seasoned, I'm gonna do another video then just to show that. So here's all my pieces I've cleaned up so far. All right, here they are. We've got several pieces that I've run through the lye bath. I'm probably gonna do a second round. We have here, this is the little, what I was calling a pancake pan. It just has a number 7 on the handle, and this was the one that's had some kind of repair done on it in the past, but it is a nice little flat pan. This is a top to a Dutch oven that I have. The bottom is actually in the lye solution right now, and what I'm going to do, I really want to slick these up. This was one of the first ones I did in the lye bath. The bottom came real clean. This one I'm probably going to do again. Both of these are number 5s, and that's that little number 3. It turned out real well. I'm going to sand it and try to smooth it on the inside. It's kind of pitted and rough. This is the Griswold, used to be nickel plated, so it's real nice on the inside. I just got to do a quick cleaning. This is my number 8 skillet. I believe this is the one my wife bought years ago when we first got married. You can see it's still got a little bit of seasoning build up, but on the bottom I'm not as worried about that. And the inside, I'm going to do a quick sanding on it. You can see where my brush got on it there, and that's not scratches in the metal. That's just where my brush had touched it, like the plastic part, and it just kind of makes these lines in it. So it's not damaged, and it won't take a whole lot to get it finished up. This piece I really like. It's some type of old muffin or cake pan. It's real heavy. I'm probably going to have to do it a second round in the lye bath, and then probably a vinegar bath, because it's going to be really hard to clean all this stuff. And I actually have another method I'm going to try to cleaning them, and then this is a little corn cob pan. It's actually in real nice shape. I don't think it was used very much in the past, but it's pretty old and crude. I'll get those pieces cleaned up, but as of right now, that's my collection that I have cleaned so far. So now it's just finished cleaning and on to seasoning, and I'll do another video showing when I get them all done. It may be a few weeks, because this is a lot of work, and down here it's been around 100 degrees all week, so it's really not fun getting out here and after work and working on all this stuff. So I hope y'all enjoyed the cleaning process. If there's any questions on anything I've done, this lye solution or anything like that, just hit me up in the comments and I'll answer them the best I can. So other than that, we'll catch y'all next time.